2, 1. Let's do it. It's a damn good time podcast. It's a damn good time podcast. I wanted to come in high. I figured you were going to go low, and I'm like, I'll go high. You know, throw a little, what do you call that, melody in there?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Harmony.
A little harmony. Damn. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Adams.
And this is a Damn Good Time podcast. We are hitting you with it once again. We took another little hiatus.
Thanksgiving. Seasoning.
And I can't talk. I'm out of practice. But we're back.
We're back at it.
We're here.
Never left, really.
No.
You could just went back to the beginning and started over.
We've always been there in your hearts and in your farts.
Whoa.
What?
Farts.
Oh, farts. Okay. I was like, I thought you looked over at the monitor and you said, whoa. And I was like, what? What's wrong?
Get in there. But...
Well, we're in your hearts and your farts. It rhymed. I was being poetic.
Okay.
You know, I was a poet. And in fact, I did know it. So just throwing that out there. I meant to do that. But yeah, hey, man, we're back.
Back at it.
Back in the studs. We did some Thanksgiving stuff. How was that?
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, sorry we missed you on that week, but it just didn't time out well. I was fucking working all weekend, too. We decided to pick up overtime. Dumb stuff, but...
Dumb. Well, Thanksgiving was good.
Yeah.
You know, food was good. Kids were crazy, of course. But
how'd you do your turkey?
I don't cook for Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody else does the cooking.
Oh yeah, you go to a place.
I go to my my uncle's house and all the family comes over.
That's right.
My aunt, bless her heart, she does most of the cooking, and everybody brings a dish.
Yeah.
There's a little something for everybody to, everybody has kind of picks their own thing, has their own lane. I probably will be making deviled eggs next year though, because somebody did bring them, and thank you for bringing them, but we need about double that amount.
Oh yeah. They did like 6. Like what?
Yeah.
You did a dozen deviled eggs. You only did half a dozen eggs total.
I think that's what it was. There might have been 18. I don't know. It might have been 9 eggs, but like however many fit in their holder.
Yeah.
That's how many they did.
Fuck that.
And there was too many people there, and most people probably grab 2 deviled eggs.
Yeah. What are you supposed to do? Only take a half?
Yeah. And the funny story was, I was sitting at the side table with my wife, and she had deviled egg there, and I had not grabbed one. I had not grabbed a plate of food yet either.
Yeah.
So I went up, got my plate of food. I came back, sat down. Her deviled eggs still sitting there. I didn't even see the deviled eggs at this point.
Yeah. They were gone.
And I just grabbed a quick plate from like the first line, didn't even make it to where the deviled eggs were. And I got back, I forgot deviled egg. And she got up, taking care of the kids or something, and I stole her deviled egg and ate it.
Oh, the patriarchy is still alive.
And she came back. She's like, "Did you eat my deviled egg?" I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, but I'll go get you another one." She's like, "There's no more left." And I was really looking forward to that.
Oh, Cody.
I said, "No."
Cody.
I said, "No, there's got to be some left." She's like, "No, they're all gone. I just looked."
Oh.
My crushed my soul a little bit too, because
yeah,
what I thought was going to be a funny joke.
Yeah, you didn't mean to purposefully put your wife in that situation, you know?
Yeah.
Be like, I stole your devil egg. It's fine. I'll get you another one.
Right. So I didn't get one either. But if I didn't eat hers, then I would have got one.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I know I make sacrifices because, I'm the man.
The king of the castle. Like I said, the patriarchy is still alive and real.
Right.
This is what those women are talking about when it comes to equality.
Yeah.
They're tired of not getting their fucking deviled eggs because of men like you.
Yeah.
I stole it right off the plate. This is mine.
But no, so yeah, I might have to make deviled eggs.
Yeah. What did you make?
What did I make? I made something. What was it?
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah.
I know that was literally just last week.
Well, I always bring a drink fruit punch that my grandma always did for the kids.
Yeah.
It's like just a sherbet fruit punch that the kids in the big punch bowl, and they dip in, get a little bit of sherbet and punch.
Keeping that tradition
alive. Get that sugar going, yep. And then I make a adult, like sangria or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's kind of like a fun drink, whatever at there going on too. But I did make some food item. Now I can't even
some kind of food.
What it is. It was I made a pasta salad.
Oh, okay,
cool.
Made
pasta salad.
Yeah.
I made a bunch of it because I was like, well, Saturday's the game, and I want to make a bunch of pasta salad, so I have it I'll bring some Thanksgiving, and then I'll have it for Saturday as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all I did. But the turkey, the mashed potatoes, all that stuff's handled by the aunt. So
the main course is obviously that's usually the host's job.
Like my cousin brings cheesy potatoes.
Because that would be hell to be like, all right, I'm going to get up like an extra 2 hours early to get the turkey going so I can get it packed up and bring it over.
Right.
That should be the staple of the house.
Right. Like, I would love to do that for them, but
right.
Also, it's cool if I know what I'm going
Yeah. You're gonna like purposefully be like, hey, stop doing the turkey, I'll do it, and then put that burden on you.
Yeah, and then be the asshole. It's like, what? You don't like my turkey?
Yeah.
What was wrong with my turkey?
Right.
Like,
yeah. Or and like I said, it's one of those things like it should be part of the house because you got to roast it in that oven. It's centralized to the location. Right. I think it's hard to transport a turkey.
Right.
The
only way I feel like I could take that over is be like, hey, I'm gonna deep fry a turkey this year, and I'll come deep fry it.
I'll bring the kettle. I'll bring the burner. I'll bring the turkey.
I'll come a little early. I'll deep fry the bird. Yeah. I'll come a couple hours early, deep fry the bird.
Even then, you're only looking at like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour tops for a deep fried. So
but then then you adopt that responsibility, and then every year
you got to put them out like, hey, you have like a cement pad away from the house so I don't burn it down and shit.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about that, but yeah,
I know. Still, no matter how good you are at it, there's still the risk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like no matter how good you are at it, there's still that risk that it could happen.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about. I guess I was worried about there's locations, but
yeah. Oh, I got you.
But yeah, no, everything was good. And then the game.
Before we get into that,
yeah, how was your Thanksgiving?
I had Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
as well.
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
I had Thanksgiving as well. We hosted here at the house. We had the families over.
You
and
did
stuff.
all the work.
Yeah, I did all the work. I spatchcocked my turkey. Once again, I feel like that's the best way to do it now.
It is.
Unless you're deep frying. I still love a good deep fried turkey.
Absolutely.
But I brined it 24 hours in a wet brine, spatchcocked it the night before, and then salted the skin before. So to dry brine it overnight. It only took like 2 hours. I had a 20-pound fucking turkey, dude. They gave us a $40 gift card at work because they used to just give us turkeys.
Yeah.
And then this year they're like, how about we just give you a Giant Eagle gift card? You go buy your fucking turkey.
Way better. Way better idea.
And now it's even harder. I guess they were even like, it's so hard to source a pallet of fucking turkeys that's going to get delivered to a machine shop. Hey,
we're not. Tell them to call me up.
I had never thought about that. But I mean, then they have to make an account, and all that shit. Yeah. But still, I'm sure they could probably do that. Maybe I'll say that, but I think they just got...
No, it'd be easier to do what they're doing.
Yeah. And so I went to Giant Eagle, and I found, the biggest turkey I could find. I'm like, I'll pay over. It's cool, whatever. It was like $1.30 a pound, but it was exactly at $40. And then and I saw, like, if you get the Giant Eagle card, it's only 79 cents a pound.
Yeah.
Like, sure.
Cool, have that Giant Eagle card.
And I don't think I have one. I never shop at Giant Eagle.
Oh, my wife does, so I use their phone number when I go up. And they're like, you want the fuel perks? And I'm like, oh, man, I should be using this.
And I might actually have one from the past. But anyway, I was going to sign up for one. Like, you can't do that at the counter. You got to go to customer service. And the lady in the line in front of me was like, can he use mine? I'm like, hell yeah. Yeah. I'm with her. Just scan it. It. And she's like, I'm like, you get all the fuel perks and everything. You get all that stuff. She's like, oh no, I don't want to take that from. Like, no, I don't fucking want it. I never shop here.
Yeah, give me 79 cents a pound.
Yeah. So you take it, give me some savings, and then because I even grabbed a couple other things there. When you're there, you might as well shop a little extra. I got some flowers and stuff for the house and stuff. So then I won out on that, and she won out on that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that 20 fucking pound bird.
It would have been funny to be like, oh, so you have a $20 credit. You're like, yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
Shows up you have a $20 credit on your account. Would you like to use that now or save it for later? I'm like, where'd she go? Oh, she already. Yeah, we'll use it now.
Which is right behind you.
She was in front of me. She actually just got done.
Oh, that would have been
in the cart.
That would have been hilarious.
And then turned around after hearing the conversation, which would have been funny as fuck. Like, yeah, I'll take that $20. Thanks, bitch.
Took your credit.
Patriarchy. But yeah, no, that bird only took like 2 hours, and it turned out fucking great.
I know.
Fantastic. My dad brought over a little prime rib that he deep fried. That turned out great. And then I think we also did like green beans. We did the beans. We did taters. And then just overall, like everybody else bringing food. It's such a I fucking love T. Gibbs, dude.
What's your favorite side at T. Gibbs?
I would have to say, if my mom makes her cheesy potato casserole, which she did not this year, that's one of my faves. And then green bean casserole all the way. I fucking love green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Was it like the cream of mushroom soup green bean casserole?
So my wife does not like mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to use cream of onion or cream of celery, which both still provide fantastic results.
Sure.
You just don't get chunks of the mushrooms in there. And then one thing this year too, because I used to just eyeball it. And this year I was like, wait, what are the actual, like, because sometimes I just look at a recipe and like ratio, and then
right,
and then season it to my will. I didn't realize that the standard French's or Campbell's, because I think they also do the French's onions, but the standard Campbell's recipe, you put the fried onions in the mixture too, and then you top it with it as well. I've never done that.
Okay.
So this year I did that, and then you get like kind of little chewy bits with a crispy top, and then you get little chewy bits of the onions. I'm like, that's even better because my wife doesn't like mushrooms, and I kind of like the chewy bits of the mushrooms, that little weird texture difference in there.
Some extra.
Now I'm getting that little texture difference with the fried onions inside of it, but it's not mushrooms, so it's a fucking win-win. I'm like, I never knew that was a part of it.
Right.
And so that was like kind of life-changing for me this holiday season.
Right.
And
absolutely.
Yeah, all the food turned out great. And then it sucked I had to work next day.
Yeah. 100%. You got football. We had football on Friday. Like, that was awesome.
And of course, like, we started leaning into the booze a lot.
Right. Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. I mean.
And I'm home, so I don't have to drive anywhere. So, of course, I'm going to get drunk. And then we played Pirates Dice. You ever play that game?
Was that like from Pirates of the Caribbean where they, like, you tell fibs about your dice or whatever?
Exactly.
Okay.
So, for those who don't know, say there's 5 people playing with everybody gets 5 dice, 25 dice total on a table. You roll, you lay them down, and then say you have like 3 6s in your roll. You obviously know there's 6 through everything else on the table, so you can say like, oh, I bet you there's 12 6s on the table, Yeah. And everybody's like, oh, out of 25, that's almost half, but it could be. And there's special, like number ones can be the one dice can be any number. So then you got to kind of bet based off of how many dice total of that figure is, and you can either raise the number of the dice or the value of the dice, but the next bet either has to be the amount of dice or the value of the dice. So if I say 4 3s, you can say 5 3s, or you can say 4 4s.
Gotcha.
And so we play that a lot, and it's super fun. And I won like 2 rounds, and then I got too drunk, and I was not able to do math. Like at one point, we're sitting around like how many dice are out there? I'm like, so everybody's got, because we had a couple new players in. I'm like, everybody's got 5, so there's gonna be 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, and everybody's like, what? I'm like, fuck. So that was the gaff then for the rest of the night. It's like, how many dice are out there, Steve? I'm like, I don't know, like 87.
I don't know. I'm new.
I don't know, like 87. And then, but yeah, then we moved on from that. I worked, and then the game.
The terrible, terrible, sad game.
I'm going to go ahead and put myself to blame?
Yeah, I do.
I blame myself. There's a lot of people blaming Ryan Day for sure.
That's 100%. Yeah.
But I'm going to take a little bit off of his shoulders because it was Tuesday of that week. I had a job up in Michigan to go to.
Yeah.
I was up in Saginaw.
Yeah.
And then on the way back through, I was traveling home on Monday, and it was like a 10-minute detour just to cross through and go to the big house and stand right there at the gates. And I gave him a big old finger, and I took a picture of it, and I posted it on Facebook. And I think I jinxed us.
You probably didn't, but
it's all my fault.
We were obviously 3 touchdown favorites in the game, and that did not happen.
Good
and
Lord.
A lot of things went wrong. But yeah, I think you call for the coach's head at this point in time. And then there's a lot of people like, "Why he still wins?" It's like anybody can win. Any coach you put in that position with the weapons they put behind him can win.
And that's
But the play calls that are being made are just not good.
even against our other loss against Oregon. I heard a lot of people talking, maybe not so much on the media outlets and stuff, but definitely murmurs throughout the fan base and through people I work with and shit. They're like, we got outcoached.
Yeah.
We should have kicked Oregon's ass, and we got outcoached. And then, obviously, during the big game, we got out fucking coached.
Yeah.
And I was just in fucking Phoenix, Arizona this week. Well, actually, I landed in Phoenix. I was in Tucson, Arizona, working this lab. And the guy's like, "Oh, you're from Ohio? How about that game?" I'm like, "Yeah, it sucked." And he's like, "Don't worry." He's like, "I know I live here," but he's like, "That's my team. And I'm fucking pissed."
Yeah.
Like, do you think he should lose his job? Like, and even he's saying, I'm like,
He's got one more. He's got a chance because we got playoffs still.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, we are still in the playoffs.
We're still in the playoffs because luckily this year a bunch of teams lost a couple games, and it's the first year of the 12 teams going in the playoffs. So we're still ranked up there enough that we beat enough good teams that. Or whatever, I don't know. The whole college ranking system's always goofy.
It's bananas, yeah. I don't get it.
But whatever. Besides the point, he's got one more chance. Win out, win the national championship, and all is forgiven. But you better play better. You got to coach better. You got to get riskier. You got to get Urban Meyer on these mother effers. Like,
yeah.
The
Pretend like you're playing Madden. There's no risk to it.
Well, go in playing every opponent like it actually matters, and not like, gets creative. Like there's no creativity.
Right.
It's just like straight on. No, we play this football, and this is our football we play, and it's kind of like, I get that, but every once in a while you got to throw some creativity. Just like the Detroit Lions right now with Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh my God, are they spectacular to watch? Obviously, we're huge Browns fans.
Yeah.
But I root for the Detroit Lions not only because my wife loves them, but because they were the first team to go 0-16.
Yeah.
And next year we followed up, so I want them to go win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So then next year it's Browns.
Yeah, we'll just ride their coattails and their written history.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and I don't know anything about coaching really, and obviously it's play calling, some different things here and there, and how you run the system. But there were some things where I thought we should have went for it, and we didn't go for it.
And even like some clock management shit. It's like, why aren't you
running the ball and it's not working? And not you got arguably 2 top. Well, we'll say 20. I'll put it pretty broad. Going to the NFL draft if they went next year.
Yeah.
Like wide receivers.
Our whole fucking senior team is fantastic.
And you want to run the ball that much and it's not really producing? Let's air it out. And then we did air it out. The quarterback too. He's not the greatest either. So
I thought he was doing decent.
He's pretty good, but he's not.
This is still his first year too, right?
He's not an all-star. Well, he transferred and all that.
Because they were saying, I remember at the beginning of the broadcast, they were saying, I forget, it was Howard?
Howard. Yep.
They were even like
Howard the Duck.
Yeah, they were like this kid has quietly put himself as a top QB in college football right now, and they started pulling up stats and like number one on this, number one on that, number one on this. I'm like, holy fuck.
I mean, he might end up being good. It's just he needs a little bit of work, but
yeah,
we'll see it come by.
And then once again, all the Ohio State haters are like, well, strength of schedule.
It wasn't an easy schedule.
No, not really.
But you know,
the Big Ten's fucking tough this year.
Yeah, it is, and that's good.
Which I'm happy about that. You know, well, I mean, I love Ohio State as much as I want them to win. I would love to see big performances out of the Big Ten because I'm so tired of hearing about the fucking SEC.
Yeah, and we added, 5-6 teams to the Big Ten, so it's not even Big Ten anymore. It's just way more teams. But
the Big 45.
You got Oregon in there.
Yeah.
Who we're gonna face if we win our first round in the playoffs. So it'll be fun.
Which if we would have beat Michigan, we'd be facing them in the Big Ten championship game, right?
Yes.
Is that Iowa now that's playing them?
I believe.
Or Penn State. It's Penn State.
Yeah,
it's Penn State.
Well,
because I think Penn State would have had to lose. We would have had to lose, and then Iowa would have came in or whatever. But yeah, it's Penn State's in there now because we lost.
But either way, at the end of the day, like, I know we love getting into that college football, but I'm always still like, man, it's a bunch of 18 to like,
they're fucking kids,
21-year-olds playing ball, and it's like, I still get invested in it, but it's I don't get invested as much as like I do in NFL now, and I feel like I'm actually changing to where I'm like, hey, college is just becoming a mess now that they're like throwing money at it and all these things going on. Do I want the Buckeyes to win every year? Absolutely, because normally the Browns lose. So we got something. But if the Browns ever become just a nonstop winning team, I think I would care a lot less about college football too.
Yeah, there was a dumb post. It was obviously a joke post where they're like, "Oh, the 18 and 19-year-old kids that go to school to play football lost today, so now I'm gonna get drunk and hit my kids." And that's the thing is like I know so many people that take college ball way too seriously.
Right.
It's like, or just any sports in general. Like I don't get it. Like yeah, sure. Maybe my dopamine levels are a little bit lower because the Browns don't win or because Ohio State doesn't win or like my favorite team doesn't win, but it's not going to ruin my fucking day.
Right.
At all. Like, shit, that fucking sucks. If they win, it might make it a little better. You know what I mean?
I had a blast of the time watching the Georgia Tech game on Friday night, I believe that was, before the game. And they went to 8 overtimes.
I heard something about it. I didn't even look into it.
So 9's the record.
Yeah.
They went to 8. Almost to 9. And it was just back and forth. And I even had my neighbors over that don't care about football at all. And they were like into it because that's how cool it was. It's like, holy shit, another one. Oh my God. Like, whether it just nobody scored or they kicked the field goal and the next team went down and they're about to score and then they just kicked a field goal. Or they both scored a touchdown.
So college still has like the chance for a rebuttal?
Yeah, it's unlimited.
Because isn't NFL, it's like first score wins.
Yeah, until playoffs. Yeah.
Oh, until playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, NFL has because they don't want their games to go long. It's just, I think the playoffs are different.
Because they have
double check my
ad
math on that, but but they got to move on their programming. But playoffs is like, okay, now we just play. But NFL's like flip the coin. Whoever sees it, if they go down and score a touchdown, then it's game over. They go kick a field goal, then another team go down, score a touchdown, and win. But if they go kick a field goal, then it's a tie. It's like, that's stupid.
Single, I think, is like that, but then double, like once you get into double overtime, at one point, it's just whoever scores first, it's just done. If you score, it's just done.
That's it, right after it.
Yeah.
In NFL now.
Okay.
I think playoffs is where it flips.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what you're saying. Okay, my bad. I was thinking of something else and wasn't paying attention to exactly what you were saying. I'm sorry.
College, I don't care.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a chance, and they can go.
Go to you win.
They can go 9 overtimes. Because that's what it's gone before.
Yeah.
And I was hoping to see it go to 9 because I want to see him like tie the record at least, or even 10. Be like, oh,
this is historical.
Yeah,
I was watching history in the making.
which I'm sure how many teams probably going 8 overtimes. You can probably count that on one hand too. Like I'm sure there's probably not many because that's just probably a wild stat. But it was fun to watch, and the game sucked, but hey, now we're here. Another week went by. Did do some Black Friday shopping.
Yeah, how'd that go?
For the first time ever in my life, because I wanted to buy my first handgun.
Oh.
I am now after trials and tribulations at our local Rural King, because I wanted this pistol that was on sale.
Yeah.
I'm now a legally registered gun owner. So
proud gun owner.
Yeah, finally took me, 39 years to do it.
Yeah.
First 18, whatever. But, I mean, my dad was an avid hunter, trapper, all this stuff when he was young. But once he moved away, when I was very young, my mom was very anti-gun.
Yeah.
So it was never like...
Fucking Democrat.
It was never part of my life.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting to, I got my 2 kids, they're 3 years old, in the house, we live in the country.
Stuff, yeah.
We got a rehab place not too far away from us, and these guys keep coming down and knocking on people's doors and crazy shit happening. Nothing too crazy. Nobody's been hurt, nothing's happened. But I'm still like, you know what? It's time.
And to be honest with you, I have a feeling, since you said your dad was avid in firearms.
Mm-hmm.
Mine too. I was raised around them, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But back before, now Ohio has a law. If you're legal to own, you're legal to conceal.
Right.
About 8 to 10 years. I forget when they did it, or when I even took the course. But I took a course so that I could then take my course papers saying I passed the course, take it to the sheriff's office, and actually get my concealed carry license.
Right.
Which I never ended up doing that. Because, and I tell people this too, oh, even before it was right to carry, oh, do you have your concealed carry? I'm like, no, I actually got qualified for it. I could probably go get it. And why don't you do it? I'm like, well, because anytime I'm going to be carrying a gun, if I forget it in the car or something, I go have a beer, immediately I'm carrying illegally.
Right.
I'm an irresponsible gun owner at this point.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just figure, fuck it. I don't conceal carry ever.
Right.
Ever. So, no, now the whole world. No, I do. So don't rob me.
That's before in one episode we were talking about guns. I was like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I got 20, and I was like,
yeah, we have a whole fucking arsenal.
I don't have any
flak jackets and frag grenades.
But I bought my first one legally.
But I will say, just taking that class actually was a little eye opening. You get they do kind of brief you on some certain laws and stuff,
right,
of what you're legally allowed to do, like the whole castle doctrine. If somebody comes into your house, yes, you are allowed to shoot to defend yourself, but
not in the back.
Yes, little things like that. Like if you point a gun on them, get the fuck out of my house, and they turn and run, and you shoot them in the back, you are going to jail.
Yeah, you better flip them around, shoot one in the front.
yeah. Oh, that one struck him in the shoulder first, then he turned, and I was just double tapping, But so it is nice. I would recommend going to a class. Honestly, if now that you have a handgun, if you want to go to a class, let me know. I'll go with you, because it's always good to just keep practicing, keep refreshing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's a skill that can only be perfected by practice.
Right. It's not like I've never shot firearms before. I've shot your guns. I've shot my buddy's guns. I've shot a lot of guns.
That's what I'm saying. I know you have, but it's still cool to just. It is nice to go through kind of a refresher course to know.
Yeah. I just never had that need to have, but now that I bought one and now that I have one, I'm like, I just want to play with it.
How hard's your dick right now? I'm a man.
I remember bought it, and I, and it was a process because I went in on Black Friday because it was on sale.
Yeah.
And then there's a rebate, so it was crazy cheap for this handgun. And I did research on it, and it's pretty awesome. It's a Stoker 9mm, sweet ass 9mm. If you're looking for one, right now they have a $75 mail-in rebate on it. I would recommend it. Even though I haven't fired it yet, but I'll update you later.
The STR9?
STR9, yes. Very nice handgun, and all the reviews on it are spectacular. Spectacular. So,
ooh, they even have a nice tan color there, too.
You can even get in a 40 as well. But yeah, so I did my first Black Friday purchase ever. And it was a handgun, and it was a mess because the background check system went down. I was there for an hour and a half. They put it on layaway for me, so I had my first gun on layaway. Not only did I go try to buy a gun, I put a gun on layaway. Like, who even uses layaway? Does that even exist still?
Yeah.
Apparently.
I guess.
Which was funny because later, after I went back and had to do a second background check because the first one didn't go through, did that. Then my background check got pulled on hold, and I don't know why. Maybe because I just did one the day before and it actually did submit, and it just, whatever. Went back 3 days later, got the gun, and I was like, yeah, I have a gun on layaway. And he's like, oh, you're here to make a payment? I'm like, oh, that shit happens probably, right? People are like, I want that shotgun. $1,200. Well, I got $600 now. I'll probably get you in a couple of weeks. Just put it on layaway. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of funny. I'm like, layaway still exists. Because I remember layaway back when I was a kid being very popular.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
Being very popular. Right?
I've never used it in my entire life, but I remember my parents using it for sure.
I remember my mom using stuff like, I think that happened a lot. Layaways happened a lot. And I don't know, and I know they had to charge like an interest rate or something for it, right?
Well,
so
I don't know if it's necessarily an interest rate thing, because I think that's the way of getting away from interest rates.
Or it's maybe like if you don't pay it off in time, we just keep the money that you paid for layaway.
I think that's what happens.
Yeah,
I think that's what happens. That's where they might win out. Is if you default on it, then you're just fucked. Mm. Or they keep then maybe they'll keep like a 10% of what you already paid or something like that,
right,
for a restocking fee. It's probably what happens. But I think back in the day when
layaway used to be huge.
Well, back in the day before online and massive products everywhere, like you go in, it's like, oh, there's only like, I don't know why I'm thinking of like a slot car track. You want to buy this little slot car track for your
sure,
kids.
Let's go.
You know, because it's like back then it's probably like $80. You know, and, oh my God, the boys would love this for Christmas. So my mom would probably go in there and like, hey, I want this. There's only 3 on the shelf. When are you getting more in? Like, I don't think we're getting more in. Those are the only 3 we have for like the year. You know what I mean? It's like, well, here's $20. Can I put it on layaway?
Yeah.
You know, a month before Christmas, and just as long as you keep coming back. I don't know what their terms are, if it's monthly or weekly or whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you keep coming back, giving them money, and then eventually just pay off, then you have it.
Well, I had to put this gun on layaway, and they were like, because the system wouldn't work and everything, and they cut everybody else off. They're like, unless you're already like,
everybody don't lay away.
Unless you're already activated until the system comes back up, like we're not doing anything. So I'm like, well, I was ran through and I'm like waiting for you, and they're like, yeah, we'll put you on layaway. And they're like, okay, all we need is like $24.89 right now. I'm like, okay, $24.89. It's like,
yeah,
doing the math, like that's like 10%. So, or maybe 12%. So maybe it's like 1 year layaway we're looking at then, maybe possibly. So,
for some reason, I remember there was something we put on layaway. It wasn't a gift, and I knew about it, and my mom and dad had to put it on layaway, and they had to do weekly payments.
I think it normally was weekly. I feel like it was weekly.
It's like, next paycheck, I'll hit you up with a couple more bucks or something.
So maybe that was within 10 weeks I had to pay it off, because I think it was around $250 or $260 or something like that. So
yeah, that
would make sense. Like paid off in 10 weeks, because we're not going to hold on to it for longer than that.
And I think that's how you skip the interest rates of credit cards and stuff.
Right.
As long as you pay in full, I don't think they care.
Maybe it's like a 3-month thing or something like that too. Like that could have been.
Maybe it's quarterly. Let's get it out of our inventory
before 4 months or something.
Before I have to count inventory next quarter or whatever.
Well, because then it was a pain. Because every time I came there, then somebody had to go back into layaway and bring the firearm out.
Yeah.
And it's a firearm. It's still not like a simple thing you go back and forth with. Like,
yeah.
Like manager get involved.
Yeah.
Like, can I just take it home?
It's not a fucking Lego set.
I swear I'm not a psycho killer. Like, my background's pretty clean.
Yeah, goddamn gun laws.
No, but it did make me feel a little more scared. Like it was hard for me to, like it wasn't wasn't easy for me to get it.
You're an upstanding citizen.
And I'm an upstanding citizen, so
you pay your taxes.
I had to wait 3 days. Maybe
you
they
got
were
a
like,
fucking job.
they were like, this is his first time buying one, so let's give him a little 3-day cool down period. Which, hey, understandable. I always thought there was like a 3-day period, but I would have rather them just been like, yeah, here's your blah blah blah. You did it, okay. We'll see you in 3 days. You can pick it up. Sweet, done. Get me out of the store.
I don't even think there's that. If their system was up, you would have walked away that day.
I could have. Well, no, because the second time I went back, I went on Friday and then I went on Monday, and I couldn't get them. I had to redo the background check on Monday, and then it put me on a pending or whatever status. And they're like, "Yeah, you got to come back, and it could be a day, it could be 2, it could be 3. It's 3 tops."
That's weird. I've bought a handgun in a day.
Was it your first one ever?
In my name, yes.
Okay, well, I don't know what my deal was, but like I said, maybe it's because the day on the Friday before, I tried to put it through and it didn't work. So I don't know. And now the dude
with the system being overloaded,
and the dude's like, "Well, no, that's happened to you. It's probably gonna happen every single time." I'm like, "That's fine. I don't care that." Then I can come in. I can wait 3 days to get a gun.
Right.
I don't need it today. If the day comes where I need it today, that's the day I should wait 3 days.
Yeah, because I had somebody buy me a pistol as a present, and we walked away with it that day.
Yeah.
And then I bought a pistol, and I walked away with it that day. I bought an AR-15, walked away with it that day.
Yeah, I think it all just depends.
Or you just go to a local gun show and nobody fucking checks anything.
Well, I was with
Do you have cash? Are you standing there? Can you carry it out? It's yours.
Right. Doesn't matter.
You might not be able to find.
That's the shit that blows my mind.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I mean, it'll be used. It's probably beaten up, and it might not be the exact deal you're looking for, but that's also a chain.
Well, I can take my gun now and sell it to you for $300, and
you just give it to me.
It's gone.
We just trade guns.
It's gone. And whatever.
Yeah. We just like, hey, I go buy the exact same one you just bought.
No, I think I gave that to my buddy back in
I let him borrow it.
24.
I let him borrow it.
Yeah.
I lost it. I fell off the boat. That was a big meme. Whenever they were really starting to try to do a lot of bans, the big meme was like, oh, if they ever just come to your house and ask for your shit, it was like, oh, I lost that in a boating accident. Like the boat tipped over and it's in the bottom of the lake somewhere. I don't even know where it's at.
Yeah. I got duck hunting in this
and
boat.
You're not accountable for shit.
Right.
Like no questions. I'm like, okay, you don't have it? Cool.
It's in the bottom of Mississippi.
Go get a warrant. Search my house. Find it. You know?
I mean, that's the truth. Like,
God bless America. You know what I mean? It's one of those things I love. I will say freedom is for me, but I don't want it for you.
Oh, it was very fun being in line and like all the different people in Rural King.
Yeah.
Coming up and buying guns and like watching the different people and like everybody was so cordial though. Like everybody was nice. Nobody got pissed. Everybody was just like, oh, and then there was even one point in time where then they called for us all to be like, oh, have you already been through? Like, come do this. And then everybody rushed the line and I ended up kind of at the back of the line. And the one lady behind us was like, no. She's like, don't just take everybody first comes. She's like, you got to go in line. We have them all lined up. She's like, Cody Ryan? Which is my middle name. Cody? And I'm like, yeah, it's me. And there was an older couple in front of me. They're like, yeah, this guy's been here forever. Like, get him out of here.
Yeah.
Like, so it was nice. It was like, everybody's kind of like very nice.
I will say responsible gun owners are great fucking people.
Yeah, everybody's very nice. And like, then we got out of there and I was like,
responsible, law-abiding gun owners are great fucking people.
But I've spent 3 hours of my life trying to buy that.
Hanging out at Rural King.
Hanging out at the Rural King gun section.
Did you go look around, look at anything else, or were you
I was
there
worried
waiting?
to leave, and like they call my name, and then I lose my spot. So like, they were so busy, it was hard to like talk to somebody, be like, hey, can I just like leave my phone number and like you call me or something like that? Like they were just so busy, and like it was just going back and forth. But they were also bantering with each other, like, I got my pistachios here because I just need my energy and this is going to be a long day. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just like.
And
I didn't want to be a dick and just interject in the middle of everything. Be like, hey, can I just give you my phone number? And if I'm ready, you just call me, or like, can I come back for it? And until the system crashed and all that happened, and then they did the layaway thing, and it was just like, okay, let's just put it away.
And I don't know about you, but there's some kind of weird, at least that I experienced, some kind of weird level of anxiety when you're buying dangerous shit like that.
Yeah.
Even when it comes down to ammo, because like even at Rural King, they keep it all back in the back. And I'm like, I wanted to buy some for my AR. I wanted 5.56. And I was looking at prices like, hey, can I help you? I'm like, I'm looking for 5.56. And like, what brand? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, I'm not that avid of an arms person that I know what brand or what grain or do I want Full Metal Jacket or do I want like I just
me for example, I haven't shot a gun in probably I don't know 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
So I'm coming up there trying to buy my first handgun, and I am a little anxiety ridden, but I know what I want. I know what I want. And they're like, here, you want to check it out? I'm like, and they pull it out and they rack it, and I'm like, wait a minute, is there a button I gotta hit or something for that? I'm like, shit, I don't want to look like an asshole and just try to like pull on it and it doesn't go anywhere. And I'm like, I don't remember. I'm like, I didn't do that much research. I did research on the combat.
I never checked out functionality.
I'm pretty sure every handgun you can just rack, but I like, just in case.
Yeah.
I'm like, I pick it up, look at it. I'm like, yeah, looks good. Yeah, that's good. Wrap it up.
And you're like just staring down the barrel, like sniffing it and stuff. Like, smells good. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
Like, what are you thinking? You pointed at it. Would you be afraid of?
Would you give me your money? Would you give me your money? Would you give me your money? Just checking. No, because you have a gun. So yeah, I got somebody different than you. Got it. Know my clientele.
But yeah, no, that's just that weird level of anxiety. Like, yeah, check it out. I'm like,
But even when they pull it out, they're like, all of them have to rack it. And it's like, why do you have to rack it?
yeah, because they're
making sure there's no bullet.
They're handing over a safe. I got to make sure they're handing over a safe weapon.
I understand. It's brand new out of the box.
Still,
I know. I get it. It's their protocol. That's what you do.
Because a lot of those weapons, too, a lot of firearms, when you buy them, there's a casing in there that shows the test fire.
Yeah.
I know a couple of the pistols I bought, they have that blank casing in there that shows there was a test fire. What if
that's a real test fire bullet?
That it never got shot.
Yeah.
And that round's still in there. They're like, yeah, here you go. And you're like, okay. My first desk pop. So, yeah. And that is responsible firearms. Is anytime
always.
You hand over a firearm, you make sure it's empty, hand it to the person. And then that's what I've always taught my kids when they hand it.
But then
it's like anytime you get a firearm handed to you, check it. Don't take anything for granted. Make sure.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Once I got it in the parking lot, I took it out of the box and I racked the shit out of it. Drop a mag. Yeah. 2 dry fires. Only 2.
You gonna try? You gonna try?
And then I put it back in its box, and then I took it home. But,
yeah. I think with a lot of modern day weapons, dry fires don't hurt them too much. I know it's frowned against, but like
I don't really think it hurts it. But you think of a spring and like, that's no resistance in it. It's normally resistance.
They make.
I think it depends on the spring and everything, right? So like, some springs are meant to like have that recoil from the bullet it hits. As far as I'm pretty sure I've read that like it needs that impact with the bullet to kind of
it needs a recoil.
The recoil, the gas vapor, kind of push that, help reset it.
Yeah.
But I think for most like handgun and stuff, it's not really an issue.
Yeah, I think with modern day weapons, a lot, as long as you're not just sitting there doing it 1,000 times,
right? Well,
I
mean,
but I know there's even apps and blanks that you can get. They're not blanks like you would think, like it discharges any kind of gunpowder or anything. But you can get a round then that when it gets the feedback from the firing pin,
yeah,
it'll shoot a laser so you can have a blank target on the wall, and you can practice drawing and at least practice first shot, because then you got a rack to get the second and third. But they have kind of indoor shooting range shit they can do, and technically you're dry firing it.
Right.
So I think, and I don't think they'd make those if it was that big of a deal to dry fire it. Yeah. Biggest thing is don't dry fire a compound bow, because you fuck shit up on that. That's for sure. I fucked my compound bow up dry firing it for sure.
Right.
But I've dry fired lots of weapons, lots of firearms, and they haven't fucked up. So
yeah, I don't think it's. I mean, I don't know.
It's not going to be detrimental. You do it once, it's bricked.
Yeah, I bricked it. Oh god. For sure, when you go out in the parking lot, you don't dry fire this guy, because it's fuck now.
Put a bullet in it and shoot it in the air, like any other goddamn American.
Yeah.
You're right.
We have a designated square in the parking lot. You go over there, you pop that son of a bitch off. Or shoot her in the hillside over there. That would actually be awesome. That'd be awesome.
It would be cool.
I mean, I guess that'd be why you buy like a gun at a gun range or someplace like that where they sell them. Would be like, oh yeah, here's your gun. Now you can go in the gun range and fire off 20 bullets to make sure it works good for you.
To be honest with you, what we should do, get our handguns, go to friend.
Oh yeah.
Go to there. Have him give us some.
Talk about it off the podcast.
What, is he not cool anymore?
He might be in a little trouble.
Oh shit!
I don't know if you heard about that or not.
No,
he got raided, but
cool. Then we should go to him and figure out what.
But you put too many names out in the world right now. We don't want to talk about it. He might be fine.
That's not even his real name, though, is it?
He might have no. So okay. But you also associated with another name, and so we
said the name of the company.
Well, yes. So
maybe I'll bleep that out.
Yeah, let's do that. Anyways,
dope. Now I know where I'm going to go from next fire.
Yeah, it wasn't anything bad. It wasn't anything major.
Probably not.
It was some stupid shit. But anyways, so yeah, Black Friday shopping turned into our gun 101.
That's fucking.
We
fantastic.
don't know shit.
Yeah.
But I got one. Come at me.
Yeah, he's pointing at you.
I'm pointing at.
I don't know why. I just want to be Danny DeVito from Always Sunny, where he's
come out blasting.
Guns blasting.
I've sent that gift to 2 different people. Today. Today, because I'm hoping to go Sunday to actually try the gun out. So
yeah.
So we'll figure.
Going to range, or you're going to a friend's?
Oh, friends. You know the friend.
Yeah, that's I figured.
But we'll talk about that off stream.
I might be going out that direction to do. I still haven't winterized my fucking boat.
Yeah, you should probably do that. I mean, at this point, if it's bad, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's too cold. Lower units freeze, but yeah.
Hopefully there's.
Get up in your mic.
Hopefully the lower unit's fine.
Steve got in comfort mode there.
I'm wearing a fucking tracksuit. I'm in comfort mode.
But anyways, what else going on?
Oh, I just got back from Phoenix today.
Phoenix, Arizona.
I traveled.
In case you didn't know where that was.
Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona.
I had to say it that way.
Went to Phoenix, Arizona, and then drove down to Tucson, did a lab there for 2 days, drove out to Yuma.
Yeah,
which then is a fucking 3-hour drive from that area.
I don't think I'd ever want to live in Arizona, but there's so much it's still pretty, and
it's fucking gorgeous,
deserty, rocky ass way,
yeah.
Flat as hell
in certain areas.
Yeah. I mean, once you get towards the Grand Canyon, that shit obviously
gets
a little hillier and stuff, but there's just these giant rock mounds in the middle of flat land.
Yep.
And it's very cool.
Cactuses everywhere. It was 80 fucking degrees.
I've been to Sedona twice.
Yeah.
Actually 3 times. Yeah, I've been to Sedona 3 times, which is weird. And it's like a retirement place to go, but
yeah.
Sedona's beautiful. I know we talked about the hot air balloon rides today.
Oh, yeah. That's I remember that.
Was just fantastic. I have some beautiful pictures from that. It's just gorgeous.
It's amazing out there.
But like, yeah, it's just like, what a weird place to be.
Yeah.
What a weird place to be.
Yeah.
But, I don't hear much bad shit that happens in Arizona, honestly.
Because I do kind of believe Arizona is a little bit more like the Wild West-ish.
Yeah.
Their laws, they're cool with guns and stuff.
Well, there's just areas where you do, like, if you're not in a city, don't live out there by the middle.
Yeah.
But you will see a house out in the middle of nowhere by itself.
Fucking nowhere. And
it's just, there's nothing, but they still have a green yard somehow.
Well, and the craziest thing sometimes, too, it's like, we're out here in the middle of fucking nowhere. You see a town, and they have one general store, and you're an hour away from any city. So it's like, so for work, and there's not, like, some of this isn't even, like, farmland. Because I can see, like, farmland, like, oh, it's all farmers. It's a farmer town. But then you'll see, and it's like, what the fuck do these people do for a living?
Right.
And obviously it doesn't, some of the houses you see, it doesn't take too much to afford to live there.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same, right, it's like, where do you work? Like, where do you work? There's nothing here.
Yeah, you could be online or a trucker or something. I don't know.
And then, I forget what the name of the town
or
is.
it's just your vacation house. Like, I like to live in the middle of nowhere resort.
That could be. Or, I'm retired.
Yeah.
There's also, it's weird, I forget what the name of the fucking town is, but when I was coming from Yuma to Phoenix, I think it's crossing Route 8. All of a sudden in the middle of nowhere is the Lucid car manufacturer. I don't know if you know about
them. No.
Lucid is like an answer to Tesla.
Okay.
They make all EVs.
Gotcha.
Huge fucking plant. Fucking huge. And then also, right beside it is just like a truck stop and a couple corner stores, and there's not a lot of houses around. I'm like, so where the fuck do these people come from? like you see all these cars in the parking lot. Like, did they drive an hour just to get to work?
There's all the people that work there and then at the corner store.
But there's not even a town in that area where the Lucid store, where the Lucid plant was for people to live. It's like, what the fuck? Unless like, maybe it's because I'm still on a major highway. Like, oh, no, you just get off and you go to like State Route 12 and go up like 5 miles and there's a town there you just didn't see because you're not there, or something like that. But
yeah, it's an interesting state.
Huge car plant.
Interesting state, that's for sure.
Yeah. And it's rad, dude. It was 80 degrees. I remember I woke up the one morning, it was 50. I was feeling a little chilly. And Sarah was getting the kids ready for school. And then they canceled school because it was like 19.
A lot of ice out.
Yeah, 19 and icy. And I talked to her, and she's like, "Yeah, it's all." She's like, "It's blistering cold out here." I'm like, "Well, it's spicy out here." Like, it's 50 degrees. I'm kind of chilly right now.
Ooh. Yeah, as you're in flip flops and shorts, be like, it's 50.
But I've come to the conclusion though through my travels that I'm gonna invest in more tracksuits and wear nothing but cool tracksuits. I got so many compliments on how I look whenever I wear this suit. If you're watching, you can see the top, but I'm going to stand up so you can see.
When he stands up, you guys, if you guys are listening, I apologize. He's got a full tracksuit on. He thinks he's
And it's plaid and it's cool. It looks like it reminds me of The Gentleman, if you've seen that Guy Ritchie film.
Yeah, great film.
Yeah,
great
like
film.
the tracksuits that Coach wears. And I want to buy like 4 or 5 more of them now. And we're back. Sorry about that. We had to take a little break to use the facilities.
Yeah. So Arizona was fun.
Yeah, Arizona was pretty cool, man. Like I said, it was hot out there. Loved it. I got a lot of good feedback about my tracksuit. So, like I said,
there you go.
I need to buy more.
But you get matching ones.
Yes. I feel like all the dudes in our crew should get a cool tracksuit. They make many different patterns. So many different patterns. You can get them in like a velour, so they're going to be all soft and stuff.
Well, we're getting old now, and like I feel like being comfy is more important than looking good.
Yeah.
But when you get a tracksuit, you also look good and you're comfy.
Yes. That's the thing I love the most
Let's
about it.
bring it back. We got to bring it back.
That's the thing I love the most about it is like I'm basically wearing pajamas like everybody else does in an airport. Sweatpants and a hoodie. Sweatpants and a hoodie. You see it everywhere. And then you see like a guy in a suit. I'm like, man, your flight's going to suck because you're going to be uncomfortable or whatever. But now I can look good and still wear basically fucking sweatpants and a hoodie.
Right.
Know?
And you can blend into some wallpaper if you need to.
If I find the right one. Yeah.
If you find the right one, I'm invisible.
But yeah, and even like there was one dude because this plaid pattern kind of looks like Burberry plaid. I don't know, if you know what Burberry is.
Sure.
It's a fashion designer. Burberry's like a big name, but their plaid pattern is bigger, and it's not like because this is almost made of like little triangles and shit. If you zoom in or whatever, but somebody was like, "Damn, bro, like that Burberry suit." I'm like, dude, this is like $40 on Amazon. This is not Burberry at all. Because if you look at a Burberry tracksuit, they're like $2,500.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, like bitch, I bought this shit on Amazon for $45.
I spent about
it took 3 weeks to come in because it was on a goddamn container from China. Like, it took forever to come in. It wasn't available for Prime shipping, but I got it.
Yeah, they don't normally make that size. Some little lady over there, she worked double time.
She's like, wait a minute, how big?
How big? No, we don't do that.
I just saw a clip of a podcast. It was it Tyrese? He's an old school pop singer, R&B. He was in the Fast and Furiouses.
Yeah.
He was on a.
I don't know if he was much of a pop singer, was he?
I think he was a rapper. Well, not pop R&B rap.
Yeah.
Pretty sure his name was Tyrese.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
I spelled his name wrong. He was on a podcast, and they were asking about his jewelry, and he's like, oh, this? And he takes his bracelet off, big old blinging diamond crusted bracelet. He's like, this was like $15 on Amazon. And they're like, what? Like, what are you fronting? He's like, no. He's like, I got the shit. I keep it locked up. He's like, I got tired of I take it off at the end of the night, leave it on my nightstand, wake up the next morning, go get my breakfast, go out, do my things, and come back. And I ask the housekeeper, like, where's my bracelet? She's like, I don't know. It's like, bitch, you fucking know where it's at. It's like, I got tired of my shit getting ripped off. She's like, now I wear all my everyday wear is like $20 shit off of Amazon just to look fucking cool. Because the expensive shit gets fucking stolen all the time.
Yeah, it's like, I got it, but I just keep it locked up.
Yeah, so ever since he said that, I'm like, man, why can't you ball on a budget, dude?
Right.
You still look good. Who gives a fuck? To that guy, if I hadn't have told him, I was wearing a $2,500 Burberry fucking tracksuit.
But forget about it.
Oh, thanks,
Forget about
it. Yeah. It costs a little bit, but you gotta pay to look fly,
Pay $40 on Amazon and look good, man. Yeah. Come on.
You be a baller on a budget all day, dude, and that's what I'm all about. Because I don't.
Hey,
I've seen a couple that look real good, and they're like $120 to $150 range. I'm like, nope. I'll buy the shitty, not as good looking one. The pattern isn't as cool.
Yeah,
I'll buy that one for $50 instead of $120.
Well, I feel like the Italians mafia always had the tracksuits on, right? And then it's always like the English. For some reason, England,
Eastern European dudes,
sure. In European, they're like tracksuit or Speedo.
Yeah,
they own that shit.
I feel like the Italian mob guys were a little more like monochrome, but the Eastern European guys were always the 3-stripe Adidas ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like the Italian, the mafioso dudes look comfy, where the Europeans, they were like a tighter cut, and they were always like the Adidas 3-stripe and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, let's go for that look.
But this is 100% like Guy Ritchie.
Yeah. This is
somebody is wearing a jumpsuit in one of his movies.
Yeah. Or there were like 5 dudes wearing them in the Gentleman. They had the whole crew. That whole crew wore these fucking tracksuits, and I fell in love.
Yeah. Hey.
I do remember though, back in high school, just so to throw it out that I just didn't pick up on a trend. But back in high school, I had a couple of the 3-stripe Adidas tracksuits that I that I sported a lot.
Yeah.
I was going more for the Eastern European look. You know?
I'm a foreigner.
Yeah. I can't even do. I was going to try and do an accent, but I was going to botch it up so bad. Oi, mate. Oi, mate, what you going to do? You going to play footy?
You want some fish and chips?
Meet me at the pint for a pub. Meet me at the pub for a pint, mate.
I like my Guinness.
Yeah. Anything else cool going on with you this week?
I thought I had something else, but I can't remember. So
we never mentioned the fact that Jameis Winston went fucking
bananas,
and
still lost.
Because
we got a rookie quarterback named Bo Nix also emerging.
Bo Nix is a baller.
Yeah, I mean, Jameis Winston threw for like
425 yards or some shit.
It's 400 yards, and then you count the people he threw to on the defense.
Had 2 pick sixes.
Had like 500 yards. Like, yeah, it's but still, we talked last week about how he's just like this lovable guy because he's such a character, and I still feel that way.
Yeah,
like still
fucking love the dude.
Still want him behind that offensive line. Hell of a shootout of a game.
Yep.
I mean, I think the over under missed it by like 20 points. So like, just fun. And we just hope to see it next week or this week on Sunday, and we'll talk about it some more. And he just keeps being a character.
We don't get to take a shot because they didn't win. I almost want to say, fuck it, let's take a shot for 400 fucking passing yards. But the rules should be for win.
We did one for the... Yeah, we did.
Yeah, when they beat the Steelers.
Yeah.
Because that was the Thursday before the podcast, before we took a week off and shit.
Yeah.
And then we're dwindling down in our fantasy football league.
Yeah.
Boy's still on top.
You're first place.
First place.
I'm third place.
No big deal.
But I am high points. No big deal, too.
Yeah, no big... NBD.
No big deal either.
No big deal. It's
I'm
not like we're
coming for you.
Yeah.
Might be me and you in the finals. That'd be awesome.
That would be the icing on the cake.
That would be the best.
And then if for some reason, like, all my players just go off and I catch up to you, I'm only 40 some points behind you, I saw. So, like, maybe I can catch up.
Maybe.
Because that's the goal. Because the way we got it structured is first, second, third place pays out. And then the person who has the most points scored on the season, whether you win or not, you could be last place, but as long as which there's no way that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But as long as you get the most points scored, you get $50.
Yeah. It's a $50 buy-in. So high points get you your money back. Third place gets your money back. Second place gets you double your money. And first place gets you
all the rest.
Triple your money or quadruple, however
however
I did the math. But yes. Yeah. The math is math. And I did it right.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, it's been fun. It's been fun this year. Everybody's been pretty close.
We got two
people that
7 people are locked into the playoffs. One guy is definitely out. And so this week it only matters to 2 players.
And they're playing each other, which
Talking
is
to
fun.
you, Kirk.
Talking to you, Scooter.
Well, Scooter's done. He can't make it.
Oh, yeah. Talking to you, Brad.
Yeah. Kirk and Brad. This is your and they're playing each other, which is fucking fantastic.
It's the best right now.
It'd be different if they were playing somebody else and like, if he wins or he loses, blah, blah, blah. But they are literally playing each other for a spot in the playoffs this week. And you couldn't script it any better.
Yeah. And all Kirk has to do is win. And he's in.
Yeah. And all Brad has to do is win. And he's in.
Yep.
But I know Kirk listens to this a lot. So, Kirk, man.
Get her together, buddy.
This is your one shot, your one opportunity.
Play your ceiling players, not your floor players, as they say in fantasy football. So.
I don't think he has too many floors or ceilings.
That's what happens when you got 3 or 4 people playing for San Francisco on your team, and then you got to make different decisions. But yeah,
yeah, dude, I'm excited for the fantasy football playoffs.
Yeah, we got college football players coming up. We got just more fun. Let's see what the Browns do.
Yeah.
And then Christmas is literally knocking on the door. I think falls on a Tuesday of all things this year, which is weird.
Did you got all your
or
presents
Wednesday
bought?
or something. No, but I did do some TikTok shopping this year.
Ooh.
Because I was like, oh, let me check this out. Oh, that's a good deal. So, bought my in-laws some presents and stuff like that. Bought my wife a couple cute little things, but it's like they really work you with the free shipping. How to get the shipping and stuff, like buying different items and doing different stuff. So, but hey,
yeah, I haven't purchased a single thing.
I got more to buy, but it's fine. My wife's
still
just
got like a month.
My wife's just like, can I just buy myself these boots and that's your Christmas present for me?
Still got
and
23 days.
You just buy whatever you want. I'm like, well, I did just get a gun, but that was kind of for both of us. But yeah, I'll consider that mine.
The gun is for the house. It's a family gift. It's not for me.
Yeah, it's not for me. Well, I'm about to go rack 100 rounds through that bad boy.
When the kids get older, they can use it too. It's for the house. That's a house gift. That doesn't count for anyone.
Got me a little fingerprint biometric safe.
Yeah, what's the code?
Too long for you to memorize.
I know, I'm fucking with you.
It's fingerprint.
There's not a backup code?
There is.
All right.
And a key.
Yeah.
It's got all three.
If you're like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. No, you had to put in 6 digits.
Yeah. I was making a reference. Remember Spaceballs?
Yeah.
When the code to break into the atmosphere to steal like 1, 2, 3, 4. It sounds like some idiot's luggage password. And he's like, wait a minute, that's my password. That's my code.
Yeah. Just simple, man. Make it simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no. Christmas right around the corner, guys.
Yeah.
Get your shit done.
'Tis the season. You decorated yet?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. Got some little lights around the front. We didn't go all out. It's rough with the toddlers, you know.
Yeah.
Get the trees up. We did not put ornaments on it because they're just not. They're 3-year-olds. Just 3-year-olds. So they're at the point where like everything's a toy.
Yeah, they just want to smash everything. So
no matter how much I tell them not to, it doesn't matter. They want to go play with it.
It's almost like if you had a cat.
Yeah.
You know.
So we don't have any ornaments on the tree. We just got lights and a tree up. There's, the topper and the like 1 or 2 ornaments up towards the top that they can't get to.
Right.
We did get a brand new tree this year. I think we talked about that last week and all that. But, it's just.
Well, and when they get older, too, then it'll be. That's their job, is to put shit on the tree.
Yeah. So I think maybe Christmas Eve night we might decorate the tree a little bit more, and then they can come out and see it, and it'll be all like, oh, there's presents in the Christmas tree, and everything's cool, and they get to open their presents and have that experience. And then we'll just take everything off the tree immediately,
Right.
put it back in the box, and then shove it away. But yeah,
so I've had this conversation with a lot of people, especially at work, where they're like, "Oh yeah, lights are up, trees up, this, that, and the other." And like, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. I give Thanksgiving its shot. We're fall. We start fall shit in November, make it spooky in October, pull the spooky down. Oh wait, I'm doing my months wrong here.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We do fall and spooky in October. Pull the spooky back, and then November it's fall, and then right after Thanksgiving, fall gets scrubbed, Christmas goes up. I don't want to see a lick of Christmas till after Thanksgiving.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
That's not what happened with me this year. I feel like December 1 is when you are allowed to put your Christmas decorations up.
That basically was.
Yeah, because it's, or at least the weekend after Thanksgiving.
The way Thanksgiving fell this week. Yeah, this year it was.
Well, yeah, no, weekend of Thanksgiving, you put your Christmas decorations.
Yeah. Yeah, whether it's December 1 or not, but still, yeah. They kind of lined up this year perfectly like that. And then New Year's Day it comes down.
Yeah. Might pull mine before that. No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it also depends on work schedule sometimes and shit and weather. That's a thing. You get a good weekend.
Big snowstorm, big like cold.
You get a shit one. I'm like, I ain't fucking taking it down now.
No.
Or I ain't putting it up.
Till March.
Yeah. Yeah, we got blizzards every fucking day.
Yeah. And I don't mind Christmas lights being up like January, all of January, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, so the end of December, anyways. It's like obviously, like New Year's, you might as well have it up.
But if spring's coming, you got a plastic Santa on your roof. I'm gonna judge you a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna judge you a little bit,
especially February. Now you just crossed the line. Yeah. Now you're just having a good time, aren't you?
Yeah. Here's milk. Or you're just fucking lazy. You're not even trying to milk it. You just. But I love Christmas.
Now it's July and the Christmas lights are still on at night. No, that's just you.
You just put an American flag in Santa's hand. That doesn't count.
No, it's just you, bud. That was just you. But yeah. No, I really feel like December 1st, the tree should be up.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I Thanksgiving needs its shot.
It does. It needs more decorations.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving needs a little more Indians and pilgrims in its life. Just saying.
Yeah.
And everybody's home. Everybody goes balls out for Halloween in October.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get a little turkey-ish.
Let's start
whatever for Thanksgiving.
What's the? We need to start a store where it's all Thanksgiving, like Spirit Halloween, but for Spirit Turkey Day.
I was like, ooh, I get to dress up. Well, you can dress up for Thanksgiving too.
Yeah.
Isn't Thanksgiving a way better holiday anyways?
Oh my God.
A bunch of candy or a bunch of awesome cooked food that is way better than a bunch of candy.
I don't know how much of this would count as cultural appropriation, but
because you brought it up already, a lot of it.
Probably a lot of it. But then I guess like we just all dress like pilgrims. But I was sitting there thinking like, how cool it'll be if you do Thanksgiving dinner with your friends and family and shit. Like, the normal Thanksgiving, but everybody dresses like a pilgrim or an Indian. But with the cultural appropriation thing, then I guess we'll just everybody dresses like pilgrims. You know,
here's our disease polo blankets.
like that'd be so funny. Just like everybody standing around with like big buckles on their hats.
Got a belt on my hat. I tighten my hat up because it's windy.
Put a bunch of cardboard around your car to show up like it looks like the Nina, the Pinta, or the Santa Maria, or whatever. Like,
I tighten my hat belt.
Yeah, it needs to stay on my head.
Why is that buckle on that? By the way, is that just a fashion piece?
Or
did they tighten it to their head because it was so goddamn tall? It's like I think it's toppling over.
Are bringing up a very good question. It could be cinching the hat to your head so the wind don't take it.
I think so. I mean, you're probably on a horse and stuff, right?
So you got a boat. Or on a boat.
Or on a boat. So you got to cinch that bad boy down. And they wore that hat because...
No clue why you need that much room above your head.
I mean, you only be fancy, right? That comes from old England, being fancy and wearing wigs and putting makeup on.
Yeah.
We go back to that, men put makeup on first. True story.
I mean, fads do kind of keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to a podcast the other day. They're talking about former presidents, and they were looking at pictures of former presidents. And they're like, remember when men wore pants above their belly buttons?
Yeah.
When's that? I mean, women are doing it now.
Yeah.
Did it just it came back, but it flopped sides?
They just keep stealing stuff from us. They just pull it off a lot better.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I'd rather women wear hip huggers. I love that shit. That was cool. But that was like, that was in my prime coming of age days when chicks wore that stuff.
Yeah, and you got a little crack sticking out.
But like, do you go to the tailor and he's like, oh yeah, you got a good inseam here, and like, but put more fabric up here, like up into my ribs. Like, let me get them pants.
Let me really
get them pants
show
up
my
into
gut
my
out.
Ribs.
Yeah,
I want to hide the gut, but that just almost I feel like it accentuates your gut.
I want a pocket of air right here, so I can my balls are getting hot. I can just smack it and just blow air around like it's a
No,
like
how about
like
here?
it's chimney bellows. Like it's chimney bellows.
Might as well just stop at the tits, man. Just go all the way up to the rib cage. Stop at the tits.
We had some presidents that wore them up like
Fucking all dudes wore pants all the way up there back
up
then.
to here, like belly button above belly button.
Was it so they could save money on their ties? They didn't have to have such long ties.
I don't even know.
Do they tuck their ties in their pants?
How hard would it be to make a joke with pants that guy? That shit would have been like, yeah. That was material. No, it had to be more expensive. That's a lot more material.
Pants you, and then he pulls it down like, almost there, and you pull it down again. Hold on, one more time, and you pull it. God damn it! And the fourth time, finally, it's like, there's his butt.
How big was that zipper, or did you just have to drop those down on the ground?
Fuck, dude.
You probably didn't have a zipper. You probably just had to drop them to the ground, right?
I don't know. I'm not gonna take if my pants are this high, I better have 3-foot zipper so I can get to my.
I feel like those were the same guys too that had those pants. That one pants, underwear, all the way to the ground, naked ass in the urinal, naked ass in the urinal, guys.
Yeah,
hey.
I did that in kindergarten.
Hey, no problem if you did
everybody
that.
did that in kindergarten, though, right?
I don't think I did, but I don't know.
Pretty sure my butt was out.
I don't think I remember that. I remember cracking my head on a cement pipe in kindergarten.
And then you don't remember
everything else.
And then I forgot everything else.
Yeah.
I just remember I got hurt, and then
remember that and blood, stitches, and ice cream.
Yeah.
And some girl singing Barbie and lifting her skirt up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty dope.
Well, when you're in kindergarten, life's fast.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, so that's weird. And then we should probably sign off now.
Yeah, I think we've rambled on long enough. Hey, we missed you guys. Sorry we weren't here last week, but, shit happens. Glad we're here for you again this week. And like to take this chance to click like and subscribe, do all the things, hit us up, talk to us. Tell your
friends.
Yeah, tell your friends. Tell your grandma. That was your line, but I stole it.
Tell us how we suck or something. I don't know.
Give us some feedback. We always enjoy feedback. So
or give us a question. Give us a question. Give us 15 questions. We'll answer them.
Give us a hot topic to talk about next week.
But until then, Steve, did you have a damn good time?
I did have a damn good time. Cody, did you have a damn good time?
I had a damn good time.
Love you guys. Love you, Cody. We'll see you next week.